just very briefly, as someone said before, is there anything we've missed? Is there anything you noticed just listening to all these short talks? Very briefly, because now Andrew has to go soon, so we want him to respond. Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Sorry if I might just hijack this meeting for a second. I'm the chair of the area planning committee. If any of you are coming to it this evening, I will be adjourning it for 15 minutes so you can hang on here for a little bit longer. Secondly, the Commerce Road development is obviously going to be crucial in how Brentford develops. The planning inquiry is going on at the present moment. For those of you who haven't written an objection to this rather monolithic development, please see Dennis about how you might do that. This is a development which has been turned down by the previous council, and the current administration cross-party is against this. It will be a disaster for Brentford. 900 to 1,000 extra cars coming onto Brentford High Street every day at rush hour if this goes through. So please do write. Your letters will be taken notice of, and it needs to be done now because the inquiry is going on now. So thank you for that. And oh, by the way, Sion hasn't been forgotten. I'm your councillor, and believe me, I've been down there.
Yeah, actually, I've been there 60 years.
Well, I've only been in.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I'll come and talk.
Thank you for the adjournment. Anyone else? Anyone else? Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Are all these comments going to be taken account of you?
Okay, so can I ask Andrew to respond at the end? Will that be all right? Okay. Anyone else? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Councillor Ruth Cadbury, Brentford Ward, and I'd like to thank Andrew for taking the initiative and coordinating this, and I'm glad to have been part of it. It has got all party support, and you know, we have suffered from 3-4 years of complete non-communication from the owners of the land since the last outline development commission. I do hope that the new lot are going to come out of the woodwork. I'm glad to hear they've going to the steering group meeting. That's the most progress we've had in about 3 or 4 years. We have had nobody to talk to in all this time, and I think the fact that we'll actually have something more concrete and evidenced to go with, I think it's going to make a big difference. My one comment, it's just on Brentford. Marketing design is not just about the high street, it's about Brentford as a place. I'm really proud to live here, I'm really proud to bring my children up here, I love living here. But some of our hotels, and even some people apparently, think we are part of Kew or West Chiswick. And we've got hotels in Brentford called the Kew Premier Lodge or something. And I think maybe there's enough of us around here who can start challenging that perception. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Okay, so 2 people in order, 1 and then 2.
Very quick question. Have all the names of people here been collected in their emails? Because clearly we are the people who care about Brentford, and you should continue to be in touch with them.
Thank you for introducing what I was going to say later, which is, please sign your name at least one of the stalls, because that is the means by which we'll be collecting details. So 1 now, and then secondly. Okay?
Yeah, I'm Naomi Chadwick. Has anyone here been to St Helier Market in New Jersey?
Is that a question?
Well, maybe they'll come back on it.
Okay.
It is in what you might call a prefabricated Victorian building, and it's really got very high quality foods and things. And I just feel that with that funny side, if we could get such a prefabricated building and put it there, and this happening with covered market, would really allow all levels of economic enterprises to come in. And you have to have someone who owned it and ran it. That one.
Okay, thanks very much. Go ahead. Back.
Hi, it's Sarah Perlin from the Bucks Society. I'd just like to say that over the last 4 or 5...
Speak up, please. Can't hear you.
Sorry. I'd just like to say that over the last 4 or 5 years, we've seen quite a bit of development in Brentford. Some of it rather good, some of it really rather bad. I mean, I think that this particular building is a case in point to bad development. We've missed opportunities here, and this is a key one. So we're standing, in a sense, on a precipice of actually really doing something here. And I think personally that we're going to have a real battle on our hands with the development. Geronimo, I mean, their name suggests everything, really. And what I would like to say is that I think we're going to need to harness as much support as we possibly can. And in the 5 or 6 years since we were actively campaigning, we've seen a huge change in new people coming to Brentford, which is fantastic. But we really do need to get those resident societies and people on board, because I think when we do start at loggerheads with Geronimo, we're going to want all the support we can, and we need to get those other residents worked into some sort of system of attack, if you like. Thanks very
Thank
much.
you. Can I just tell you, there's one
Shouldn't we hear what they're going to say first, Geronimo, and their development, before we start proposing them? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All noted. Go ahead.
I would be grateful when thinking about the overall design, if you could also hold in mind people with physical and mental health disabilities.
Okay.
Thank you.
Quick comment from me, Chris Kelby, Freeman, Head of Transport at the Council. I heard in the introductory speeches 2 or 3 references to parking. I heard someone mention accessibility for people with disabilities. I didn't hear the word buses come up at any stage. Brentford Town Centre is very well served. You can get here from Hammersmith, you can get here from Shepherd's Bush, you can get here from Chiswick, you can get here from Hounslow Central, you can even get here from south of the river, more or less, if you get up here and walk along. Traders sometimes are obsessed with the need to cater for people who they believe are going to spend money by arriving in cars. Look down the road at Chiswick, and surveys have shown that the vast majority of shoppers arrive on foot, by cycle or by bus. Cars are not necessarily the key to the vitality and viability of the town centre. I'm not saying they should be banned, just put them in perspective.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Time for a few more.
Yeah, about 18 months or so ago, this might be a bit longer, many people will remember, as I did, that we had a Brentford Health Impact Assessment done by the local council and the local private care trust. That has become buried, it's no longer been heard. I think I'd like to ask this group and the local councils if they could resurrect it, because there's lots of good stuff in there which is quite powerful in changing the way that we're planning.
Okay, thank you. So, go ahead.
I'm the chairman of the Dennis Brown, chairman of the Planning Committee, Brentford Community Council. We've been campaigning for this approach, which we're having this evening, for 18 years now, and we need your continuing support. Do, as was suggested at the back, join your local groups and persuade them to get together. And at the moment we're the focus. We're happy to join in any way with everyone else. It is essential that we do not do what this gentleman said and wait on him to move. We have to take this initiative, and we thank you very much for doing it.
Thank you. Just a couple more, then give Andrew a moment to respond to some of the questions you've had, and then I want to give a bit more time for looking around the stalls. Go ahead.
I hope this evening can be a sort of start of us not being turned completely into a toy town on Thames here. So that's really positive news. But I would also suggest that for the next event like this, you publicise it earlier and perhaps more widely. I mean, maybe some of these emails are going to help in that. But I know there are people who would have been here who only realised tonight this was going on, so they weren't able to come.
Thank you. Okay, finally.
Could you tell me what's happening with the church at Brentford there on the left, before the bridge?